now highlight the shocking footage showing activist Martins Osher, popularly known as Very Dark Man, and social media influencer Mr. Jellof engaged in a violent physical altercation aboard a United Nigeria Airlines flight from Asaba to Lagos at the Asaba International Airport. The altercation is believed to have been linked to an ongoing online disagreement between both influencers. Let's take a look at the video, which has since gone viral.
VDM wine. VDM wine.
Please, see.
I enter plane, I see am. After I see today, he go slap me. I go near and I punch me, boom. When I follow him, he started bite me.
All right. United Nigeria Airlines handed over both influencers to airport security after the incident. And Nigeria's Civil Aviation Authority has said that both men will face sanctions. Michael Achimugu, the agency's Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, called the altercation unacceptable behavior, while emphasizing how their personal fight also endangered others in the vicinity. And I'll take this reaction, Rufai, before I come to you. This person wrote on X, Mr. Jellof and VDM fighting inside a plane before takeoff. At this point, some people need to understand that public spaces are not their living rooms. This is totally unacceptable. Grown adults turning an aircraft into a wrestling ring. If you can't control emotions for a 45-minute flight, maybe you shouldn't be flying at all. Respect the crew, respect the passengers, and respect yourselves. This has to stop, and truly it has to stop. We are seeing these sort of, activities going on our aircraft. Can you imagine if you were on the plane? But, VDM has, always been, he's considered the activist of our time now. He's been doing so well with, exposing immorality and always speaking up for, the moral code. I don't know what he'll say when he comes out of, I believe that they're still held up at this point. I don't know what they've released them. I don't know what he would say after this incident for his followers at this point.
See, when you don't set targets and timelines or set rules, things will repeat themselves. You see, when we're saying that Wasiu's matter should be dealt with properly, and the other lady's matter, what's her name, Comfort now, should be dealt with properly, and we made them celebrities. This is the kind of society it calls. It will cause a society where people will have altercations and they'll think they can take it into the plane. VDM and Mr. Jolloff's matter spans a long time. They've both abused each other. They've both said things against each other. They've both threatened each other. But seeing each other in the plane and having that fisticuff in the plane, endangering the lives and the safety of other people is totally wrong. You can have your squabbles, but not in the plane. They have both taken them to the security forces. They were released yesterday. They said the NCA is looking at it. We must see actions to be meted out. We must see sanctions. The Minister of Aviation too must wade into this. This must never happen again. We must show very strong and stern measures because this will keep happening. I am happy that both of them were immediately deplaned, so they didn't go on that United Airlines flight. Immediately once the fighting happened, they brought them down from the plane. Most importantly, we are waiting to see what Mr. Keyamo and his team will do on this.
Right.
But this is a sore point, and this must never happen again. And it is only sanctions that will make it not happen again.
Yes, sure. We are waiting for the report, but you saw the video. I believe VDM said that Mr. Jellof was the one who threw the first punch and beat him as well.
Reports.
And, you know, what was your eyewitness report?
So they say that. So they are threatening themselves online, and Mr. Jellof had threatened him that the next time he sees him, he will give him a slap. So when VDM got on the plane, he was saying, you said you will slap me when you see me. Here I am, slap me. So
he slapped.
And then so he was the one, Mr. Jellof was telling him, so both of them, irrespective of, and this is what, when we talk about social media misbehavior, now translating to real life, and then endangering the lives of the people on the plane, you know, it's a security risk, what happened. It's a show of shame, like you mentioned. These are people that are meant to be advocates, that people say, oh, they speak up for the common man, and just engage in this show of shame. I hope that they both come out to apologize, by the way, but we're not, don't let them not make them ambassadors. I
didn't get the apology.
Oh, that's the apology of Mr. Jellof. And both of them explaining.
So
that's
both are okay, good. That's what we need.
But we don't want only apology. There must be consequences for action. And they should not make them ambassadors.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so it's good that they've apologized. I missed that actual video. I didn't get that. So that really was what we were expecting. Well, in another development, the FCT Police Command on Monday debunked reports circulating on social media alleging an attempted assassination on Naval Officer Lieutenant Ahmed Yerima in Abuja. The clarification follows another false publication on social media blogs claiming the officer was attacked during a stop-and-search operation at NNPC Junction in the Kabwa area of the Federal Capital Territory. Well, according to the police command on November 16th, a patrol team conducting a routine stop-and-search operation intercepted a Toyota Camry with a concealed number plate and fully tinted windows. The officers approached the vehicle and requested the occupant's identity, but the occupant refused to identify himself, made several calls, and wound up his tinted windows, declining to engage with them. Minutes later, 3 naval personnel arrived at the location and cordially identified the occupant as their colleague. After this confirmation, the police team allowed the vehicle to proceed without incident. These reports are coming just a week after FCT Minister Nyesom Wike had a public altercation with the naval lieutenant over disputed land in Abuja. Well, in a related development, a retired general and Air Commodore Abayomi Balogun, in a video that has now gone viral, expressed frustration over the destruction of his home in the Wuse 3 area of the Federal Capital Territory. The video showed the scale of destruction and rubble after the demolition. The retired general said that he was not informed about the demolition beforehand, but was told by the Development Control Agency that the exercise was carried out under instructions from the Minister of the FCT. Let's take a look.
Notice from the development. Good evening, sir. We have seen the way these people destroy your garden. We are not happy. But what happened, sir?
What will I do? I was here in the morning and I saw them coming. They say they are from development control. And they started marking the place. I said, what for? They say they are demolishing. I said, how can you demolish? Without notification, without anything. They say they must demolish today. And I begged them, I said, please. I met the director, Mr. Galadima, who I used to know. And I said, please, give me 1 week. He said, no. I said, okay, just give me a day to move my properties out of them. He said, no, they will not allow me. They will just destroy everything. And before I know it, they brought the tractor
and they start leveling everywhere.
And as they were leveling, the area boys, the Babambola, started stealing everything. So today, what was here yesterday is totally flattened by development control, who claimed that they were acting under authority of the minister.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, this is heartbreaking to see, Dr. Abati, as a retired general is someone who served Nigeria for 35 years. We're seeing this sort of demolition every time. It's constant in the FCT. We need more investigation on this particular story, but I'd like for you to tie in both stories. We're seeing that they're talking about Yerima all of a sudden after the altercation with the Minister of the FCT, and the Minister of the FCT is right now making the headlines over this demolition of this general.
Okay, very quick. It's straightforward. I mean, Officer A.M. Yerima became famous because of his altercation with the Minister of the Federal Republic. Earlier this week, we were told that there was an attempt on his life and that he managed to engage in what they call strategic maneuver and escape. The police have said that is not true. Now we're told that he was stopped by the police and he was driving a vehicle where the number plate was covered and he refused to cooperate. Naval officers came. We have also now been told that, this is also fake news. It will appear that, because of that confrontation with the minister, he's become a subject of interest for certain persons, either persons who who are just, interested in embarrassing him. And I think that, that should not be the case. He was on duty. People have been saying you shouldn't carry out illegal orders and all of that. Well, the owner of that property, the man in possession of that property, under the law of real property, has the right to protect his property as long as he has the relevant papers. And so, you cannot say Yerima was carrying out illegal orders. After all, we were told that the Chief of Defense Staff even called him on that particular occasion. But it's not a matter that should become unduly melodramatic or that should constitute a threat to his life. There may be some other people trying to even make the minister look bad, whereas in this particular case, the minister may be completely innocent. The altercation may have happened. Both parties involved may have moved on. So, but Nigerians, as President Trump pointed out, tries to create comedy out of every serious situation. He thinks that we're a country of skit makers. That's what Trump said the other day. However,
he's not a skit maker himself.
However, content creator.
He's not a content creator.
As for the retired Air Commodore, the Minister of the FCT talked about the rule of law. Now, the rule of law means due process. It means fairness. It means justice. This Air Commodore is saying he didn't get any notice. Nobody, even told him what his offense was. It's a garden. Now, he said officials from development control just came there, and in a matter of hours, they have leveled the garden. Even if it was an illegal occupation of some space, due process should be followed. The report you mentioned that the directive was from the Minister of the FCT. Again, in this particular case, the minister may be innocent.
Yes.
He may not have been the one that even gave the directive.
Yeah, the general said it himself.
Yeah, it's now convenient to just any little thing. Yeah, you just say it's wicked who is behind it. And it's because of the way he himself has been too histrionic in his approach that he will get blamed for even things that he knows nothing about. But due process, rule of law must be followed.
Yes, but we cannot have an officer who has served the country for 35 years in this sort of situation.
I understand.
This
as an officer's daughter,
yes,
you will insist on due process.
Especially, well, not only especially because of that. Yes, and it's unfair.
How
really
can people's houses just be demolished?
Demolished people's livelihoods.
There's a narrative that I'm seeing that is going around.
Yes.
And I saw it in my very dear sister's Onikpekwa Breakway article that they are all quoting the law that, the minister has a right to inspect property. In the case of that property that Officer Yerima was at, the minister was there, the minister was not going to inspect. The FCD authorities had come to harass the contractor. They were going to demolish. So please, let them correct that narrative.
Right.
They should stop quoting the law that he was going to inspect. We know, yes, he has right. He was going to demolish. Did you see bulldozer, but you don't see bulldozer?
So maybe he went to inspect with the aim to demolish.
Demolish.
So
no. He was going to demolish. He was not inspecting with the aim of demolition. Because the agitation there was stopping work so that they will be able to carry out a demolition.
Yes, you're right.
Let's get that right.
We saw
because people are changing the narrative. I don't like when people tell lies.
No, but even Wike himself said it.
So are you saying Onikepo?
No, hold on.
No, I'm not saying
Even Wike himself said it during the press conference that he heard that they were beating officials at the site. And that's why he went. That's the only reason he went to the site. Was because he heard that those people were beating government officials.
Yes.
So that he went to go and
do. He didn't need to go there physically.
This is the question. So what did he go and do?
Is he now working for the Nigerian?
So what did Nigerian police? He went with his own personal security and Nigerian police
He's part of the level of lawlessness in the country.
All right.
minister going around with outriders.
He said it himself, that he went to go and find out why they beat up government officials.